You stand concealed among the trees, your heart racing with the throbbing pulse of nature's heartbeat. The air is thick with anticipation, a whisper of dread curling around your senses, pulling you into a hidden world. Rays of dying sunlight filter through the canopy, casting a golden glow that dances on the leaves. In this secluded pocket of the forest, isolation takes on a heavy weight, revealing layers of danger lurking just beneath the surface. Ahead, in an isolated clearing, your eyes widen as a dark truth unravels. The sight is both enchanting and appalling. A bear, a majestic emblem of wildlife resilience, emerges like a shadow from the underbrush. It pauses, its muzzle lifting to test the air, embodying a fierce grace that stirs a sense of awe within you. Just moments before, you caught a glimpse of sinister figures cloaked in the creeping twilight, a band of poachers whose intentions are devoid of mercy. The rumble of engines builds, a disruptive melody of greed and destruction. The sound echoes in your chest. It vibrates with foreboding, pulling you into an unsettling reality. These intruders are preparing to load innocent creatures into the bowels of their forsaken vessel, their souls trapped in cages, spirits dimmed by the oppressive darkness of human ambition. You feel the weight of anticipation pressing down around you, the forest holding its breath in collective dread. In this realm where avarice eclipses life, everything hangs in the balance. The trees, the trapped animals, and the very essence of justice. The bear stands still, fur rippling in the soft breeze, an instinctual guardian materialized in defiance. You watch, wide-eyed, as the poachers laugh amongst themselves, oblivious to the looming threat that is about to disrupt their cruel game. Their malevolent glee resonates in the air, a contemptuous echo against the backdrop of nature's solemn silence. Then, in a breathtaking moment of instinctual agility, the bear bolts forward, eyes locked onto the poachers with fierce determination. Adrenaline spikes in your veins and breath hitches in your throat. What unfolds next will challenge everything you thought you knew about both nature and humanity. The bear, acting as an unexpected hero, shifts the narrative, a guardian stepping out of the depths of solitude to illuminate the hidden cruelty that flourishes under the shadow of greed. As the bear confronts the imminent threat, a sudden hush washes over the clearing. You are no longer just an observer. You feel drawn into this heart-stopping moment, unwillingly becoming a participant in the struggle between predator and protector. The magnificent creature, colossal yet graceful, embodies a spirit of raw power and extraordinary resilience. The poachers freeze, their laughter dissipating like smoke in the wind, replaced by confusion and disbelief as they process this interruption. The forest, once a backdrop for their transgressions, stirs to life as nature unveils its own sense of justice. You inhale sharply, the air thick with a blend of fear and hope, anticipation and dread. The stakes could not be higher. The bear stands as the last line of defense between the innocent creatures and the greed-driven hearts that threaten them. What you witness here will ripple through the fabric of existence, weaving a tale of courage that transcends species, a story steeped in struggle and survival. Just as the poachers attempt to regain control, the bear emits a powerful roar that reverberates through the treetops, emphasizing its dominance over the land. The sound pierces the twilight, a calling card of nature's guardianship, echoing the strength found within every creature that roams these woods. You can feel the fear and regret rack the poachers, their confidence shattering like glass. This unexpected guardian has risen. With it comes an undeniable shift, a destiny intertwined, challenging the darkness lurking in human hearts. In those frozen seconds, you grasp the larger truth unfolding before you. The bear's intervention is not merely a response, it's a revelation. An awakening of instincts honed by survival, a vivid reminder that the wild is more than just a backdrop for man's ambition. It's a living, breathing entity, and sometimes it pushes back, fiercely and unapologetically. You stand, heart racing and breath held, realizing that you are caught in an extraordinary moment of reckoning where nature meets moral complexity. This is more than an encounter. It's a pivotal clash of worlds. The bear isn't merely acting out of instinct, it's stepping into a role scripted by circumstance, rewriting the rules of this strained relationship between humanity and the wild. In this haunting dance, the shadows of the forest seem to conspire with the bear, drawing a line in the sand. Will you remain a passive witness, or will you stand to protect what is right? The clarity of your emotions floods in, stirring a moral urgency within, compelling you to remember that the call for justice resonates beyond the animal kingdom. It calls to your own sense of agency. In this hidden heart of the forest, the stage is set for a confrontation of epic proportions, a survival story where the lines of predator and protector blur, where greed meets an unyielding spirit, and where every heartbeat is a reminder that courage manifests in the unlikeliest of forms. As you brace for what's to come, you feel the forest shifting, a living entity holding its collective breath, waiting for the tale of the bear to unfold. A narrative poised between despair and hope, survival and redemption. You move deeper into the forest, the underbrush crackling beneath your feet, each sound amplified by the weight of what lies ahead. Shadows lengthen as the sun dips lower, wrapping the landscape in an ominous dusk. You can sense the tension thickening in the air, the weight of the impending tragedy pushing against the vibrant life around you. A chorus of birds has fallen silent, as if nature itself is holding its breath, aware of the unseen darkness creeping into this sacred ground. Ahead, the sounds of the poacher's laughter cut through the fog of tension, a stark contrast to the quiet despair that stirs within. The trees stand tall, ancient guardians bearing witness to this unfolding horror. You inch closer, heart pounding, sensing the palpable fear radiating from the hidden cages nestled in makeshift pens, camouflaged by the foliage. Peering through the branches, you catch your first glimpse of the poachers, their figures twisted in the fading light. The sight sends a shiver down your spine. They are masked and ruthless, conducting their nefarious trade with the casual banality of a chore. You spot the trembling cages nearby, each small movement eliciting your sympathy. Inside, innocent lives shudder, eyes wide with terror. You feel a deep, gut-wrenching sadness wash over you as the silent cries of the trapped creatures scream louder than any voice could express. Each delicate life in those cages embodies pure vulnerability, their spirits flickering like the last embers of dying fire. You can't shake the suffocating realization that their existence has been reduced to nothing more than commodities, pawns in a twisted game of greed and exploitation. The poachers reveal their spoils, and your heart twists at the sight. Their elation is draped in contempt, flourishing under the cloak of darkness. The air grows thicker as voices echo through the trees, talk of sales, plans for transporting the frightened creatures to a fate unknown. The weight of the poachers' greed settles like a shroud over the forest, dimming the vibrant beauty that surrounds you. Each snippet of their conversation feeds your anger, building a sense of urgency deep within. This hidden operation feels like a festering wound on the landscape, a betrayal of nature's trust. As evening takes hold, you strain to hear the muffled cries of anguish echoing through the night, twisting in your gut like a sharpened knife. The trapped animals' desperate pleas seep into your consciousness, intertwining with the chilling laughter of the poachers, each laugh resonating like a taunt, further twisting the knife of helplessness. The low rumble of the plane's engines nearby is a constant reminder of the dark web spun around these woods, a grim prelude to the chaos that waits on the tarmac. The scene escalates, tension crackling like electricity in the air. You feel it rise, a tangible thread tying you to the trapped creatures, amplifying your sense of urgency. They are innocent. They are afraid. And you know that if you don't act soon, the consequences will be irreversible. The night thickens around you, cloaking your resolve. You are immersed in the eerie quiet, racked with uncertainty. How can you possibly intervene against such overwhelming odds? Yet within this well of hopelessness, a flicker of determination ignites. Time stretches out. It feels as if moments have turned into hours. Your spirit wavers, but the light of hope refuses to be extinguished. Just past the clearing, the plane sputters, ready for takeoff, its engines roaring like a beast eager to devour. You can feel the impending doom of the trapped animals. You sense the moral weight settling into the depths of your being. In the stillness, the internal struggle crescendos like a tempest. Your thoughts collide violently, challenging every piece of instinct within you. The dilemma courses through your veins. Stand idly by, or step into a battle that may seem futile. You realize that this isn't just about the animals trapped in cages, it's about challenging a deeply entrenched system that thrives on suffering. This ponderous reality is stark and transformative, compelling you to confront the hidden cruelty denied by so many. You can no longer remain a passive observer. In this moment of reckoning, the urgency settles within you, morphing into a single, resolute thought. Change is needed before the darkness consumes everything. In those agonizing seconds, you become acutely aware of the lessons intertwined in this narrative. The forest around you pulses with life, resilience, and beauty. It demands to be protected, cherished. Yet here, in this diamond-like enclave of nature, a brutal truth unfolds. You acknowledge that courage can manifest in ways both big and small. It sparks a fire in your heart. As the shadows deepen and the flight approaches, your sense of purpose crystallizes. The boundaries of right and wrong blur, but one thing is clear. The bear you witnessed moments ago is not the only being with power. You may not possess the brute force of the wild, but you carry a voice, a will to act against the encroaching darkness. The world teeters on the edge of choices made and choices left unmade, and you stand at the precipice. Feelings of urgency, fear, and moral clarity intertwine. The void left by inaction becomes unbearable. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for the moment you know is drawing near. Your journey into this clandestine world now spirals into uncertainty with one powerful intention: to challenge the oppression weighing down your cherished forest home and, in doing so, discover what it really means to stand for justice, the kind that thrives in the wild. But what none of you, nor the poachers, expected was the arrival of the bear, nature's formidable guardian. Emerging from the shadows, it steps into the light, exuding grace and purpose. In the heart of chaos, your world shifts in an instant. A colossal creature, powerful yet majestic, stands tall against the dimming backdrop of the clearing. The bear's presence commands the forest, a living embodiment of unyielding spirit. As the bear pauses, its shaggy fur ripples beneath the pale moonlight. You catch the glint of intelligence in its eyes, a fierce determination that ignites hope within you. It locks gazes with the poachers, a silent communication passing between them. Anxiety flares in the hearts of the masked figures as they slowly register the reality crashing down upon them. With a mighty roar that reverberates through the woods, the bear bounds forward, and everything moves at lightning speed. The poachers freeze, their laughter ripped from their throats. Chaos erupts as the unexpected guardian turns the tide, courage exploding in its every sinew. Your breath catches, each second stretches, time folding in on itself as the scene unfolds before you, electric with tension. The poachers scramble, momentarily stunned by the bear's audacious arrival. You feel the air vibrating with the energy of this confrontation. Every heartbeat races to keep pace with the unfolding drama. The bear's instincts kick in. Swift and calculated movements disrupt their plans as it navigates the terrain like it belongs here, a creature wholly attuned to its environment. It zeroes in on the nearest cage. You watch, spellbound, as it approaches with both caution and fury, a fierce protector in a battle against avarice. The cage is small, cruelly constructed. You can see the frightened eyes of the captive creature within, wide with fear yet flickering with something resembling hope. The air around you thickens, tinged with anticipation and dread. The bear pauses at the cage, its massive paws poised to act, the very essence of instinctual heroism. Then comes the moment. The bear flings itself forward, using powerful paws to pry open the cage door. Metal squeals in protest as it gives way beneath sheer force, the sound tearing through the heavy air. Inside, the trapped creature hesitates for just a heartbeat, the reverberating echoes of freedom filling the space between instinct and uncertainty. And then, with a surge of liberated spirit, it bolts into the night, launching itself into the safety of the shadows. Your heart swells. A powerful relief courses through your veins, electrified by awe. The dynamic shifts again, your entire being rooting for each brave escapee. The bear, a determined giant, ushers the others forward, encouraging them onward with gentle nudges and guiding swipes as if to say, "You are free, embrace it." In this breathless moment, every emotion surges within you, fear mingling with exhilaration, dread bleeding into awe. It's a breathtaking intervention. The bear stands as a colossal wall against despair, challenging the predatory intentions of man with a raw potency that resonates far beyond physical prowess. You realize with clarity that sometimes, in the darkest grips of human heartlessness, nature is pushed into action, compelled to reclaim its narrative of protection. Your voice rises, merging with the chorus of liberation spiraling into the night. The bear's paws sway gently, ushering the escaping creatures into the waiting safety of the forest's protective embrace. Each step they take ignites a fire within you, a consuming realization. The trajectory of this battle has shifted into something sacred. In this fervent struggle, the bear rewrites the narrative. It fights not just for itself, but for every defenseless being tangled in the merciless grip of greed. Surging adrenaline flows through you, and you can almost feel the heartbeat of the forest pulsating around you. The sacred ground reacts as nature embodies defiance against cruelty. You witness a magnificent tableau unfolding, a symphony of survival, orchestrated by an unlikely hero. In this moment suspended in time, you recognize the interconnectedness of it all, a powerful interplay between protector and oppressed, predator and prey. Standing on the periphery, your resolve builds. The unspoken bond between the bear and the freed creatures becomes an emblem of rebellion against the darkness asserting itself in these woods. You silently vow not to let this struggle go unnoticed, not to allow the courage displayed here to fade into the night. The bear's powerful movements disrupt the poacher's arrogance, igniting with every dance of defiance. Chaos unfurls, and you feel the urgency rising, pulsing like a living thing. The poachers step back, bewildered now, their plans unraveling like threads pulled from a tapestry that had once seemed unbreakable. The bear's roar pierces through the chaos, reverberating through your soul. The forest is alive, awakening to fight against the injustices sewn into its quiet fabric. This is not just about survival. It is a rekindling of relationships, an affirmation that nobility can thrive against insurmountable darkness. As the last of the terrified souls rushes past, you see the bear shake its massive head, a silent acknowledgement of victory yet to come, a guardian still needing to pursue the remnants of its fight. You stand in awe, heart racing as the air buzzes with the high-pitched notes of liberation, a melody blending instinctual bravery with the resolve of the wild. In this chaotic culmination, you grasp the bear's profound truth. Their courageous stand redefines the narrative of predation, inviting you into a shared fight for justice that transcends species. In the face of cruelty, courage emerges, both within the wild and in your own heart. The battle continues, but with this newfound awakening, you become part of something greater, an anthem of hope etched into the very soul of the forest. In the stillness that follows the chaos, the forest breathes anew. A profound silence settles in, as if nature has paused to reflect on the magnitude of the battle just fought. The bear stands, monumental against the shimmering backdrop of the moonlit night, surrounded by the remnants of freedom and the echoes of liberation. You can feel the energy of the forest vibrating around you, and it curls gently around your heart, reminding you of the fragile beauty that lies within this delicate ecosystem. You take a moment to absorb the storm of emotions swirling around you. Wonder, pride, and an overwhelming sense of accountability settle in your bones. The bear, an unexpected hero, has rewritten the story of these woods, an extraordinary testament to the power of compassion and courage. It embodies a lesson, one that goes beyond mere survival. It reminds you that the wild pulses with life that possesses its own wisdom, a truth often overshadowed by human hubris. As you gather your thoughts, flashes of the scenes you've witnessed replay in your mind, the cages bursting open, the frightened animals breaking free, and the raw heart of the forest standing strong against greed. Your stomach churns at the memories of those who are still trapped, and a relentless urgency thrums like a heartbeat. Each animal that narrowly escaped represents countless others who remain imprisoned by a heartless commodification of life. Standing amidst the cascading shadows, you gain clarity. The bear's fight isn't just for those who roam freely. It's a cry for the entire ecosystem to stand united against a lurking darkness. This moment isn't just a rebel yell. It is a reminder of nature's innate call for balance, a dance of connection that transcends species. The air is charged with the bittersweet taste of victory, a reminder that liberation often comes at profound cost. You're struck by the reality that the world is at a precipice, caught between forgotten responsibility and an opportunity to rekindle a bond with nature that has long been neglected. The bear has become not merely a creature of the wild, but a symbol, a guardian, reminding you and others of the urgent need to protect these sacred grounds. You feel compelled to speak, to share what your heart has witnessed. This battle must reach beyond the shadows of the forest, rippling into the hearts of those who remain unaware of the incessant toll that mindless ambition extracts from the land. But how do you convey this depth of emotion, this visceral understanding you've just experienced? The challenge is enormous and monumental, yet the one certainty remains: action is necessary. You think of the decisions that led the poachers into these woods, their choices, driven by a craving for wealth, forgetting the simplicity of harmony that can exist between man and nature. Their greed blinds them to the sacredness of life, the essence of wildness that not only sustains the forest, but also nourishes the very spirit of humanity itself. Outside the clearing, distant voices echo, breaking through your thoughts. The poachers are regrouping, their arrogance faltering in the aftermath of chaos. You recognize their desperation. They had never expected a confrontation of this scale to strike in their dark corners. The forest knows danger is never far away, but it also knows resilience can emerge from the shadows. You feel the weight of this moment, a potential turning point resonating within your soul. You silently pledge to honor the courage displayed here today, not just the bears, but that of every creature held captive against their will. You are ignited with a newfound sense of purpose, embodying hope, daring to advocate for change. But this fierce guardian cannot fight alone. It must have companions who believe in its cause, voices that will rise to protect those who remain unseen and unheard. You resolve to become one of them, to tell the story of liberation interwoven with the fabric of nature's resilience. The bear's courageous act has prompted a collective awakening that demands nurturing. As everything within you stirs with resolve, your heart beats in sync with the rhythm of the forest. Each whisper of the wind urges you forward, a gentle yet insistent push to carry this mission outward. You are inspired to forge a bridge, connecting the hidden world of the wild with the consciousness of humanity, an imperative to nurture balance and respect that so often eludes us. Yet there remains that lingering shadow. What of the animals still held captive? The urgency surges. A call to action rises within you, propelling you forward. You cannot turn away. In that moment, the bear pivots, its head held high, scanning the woods as if prepared to take the next step in this unfolding journey. What is your role in this fight? You feel the forest, alive with the murmurs of imminent change, urging you to embrace your humanity, to become a conduit for the justice owed to those who cannot fight for themselves. The call for accountability and the promise of protection stirs deep within, a beacon of hope lighting the way through the looming darkness. You step forward, a quiet, firm resolve settling into place. An understanding ignites between you and that noble bear, a recognition of the path ahead. The night breathes around you, filled with the hopes and dreams of those who have yet to find their freedom. You feel the solemn weight of responsibility resting on your shoulders, a promise to honor their ongoing struggle and to amplify the powerful truths you have witnessed. In that embrace of destiny, you find yourself bound to nature's fierce protector. Together, you will summon the courage of many, fighting back against a system teetering on the brink of destruction. A new anthem of justice echoes in the heart of the forest, and it begins with you, the advocate, the storyteller, a voice from the wild. Your heart swells with purpose as you move forward, driven by compassion and conviction, ready to rise alongside those who haunt the shadows of greed, true guardians of the earth's magnificence. In the quiet aftermath of chaos, you stand resolute, your spirit intertwined with that of the bear, harboring a determination that ignites a flicker of hope in your chest. Together, you look toward the depths of the forest, a tapestry woven from the lives of countless beings who dwell in its embrace. The animals that once trembled in darkness now dance on the cusp of freedom, emboldened by the bravery of their unexpected guardian. But shadows still cling to the trees, a haunting reminder of the work yet to be done. The poachers will regroup, and the cycle of suffering will seek to reclaim its grip. The faces of the captured animals haunt your thoughts, and you know that for every bear, for every liberated heart, there are many more enslaved within the unseen corners of the wilderness. With an unyielding resolve, you dedicate your heart to the mission unfolding before you. This forest, your ally, holds secrets and tales that deserve to be heard. You promise to shine a light on their struggles, to bridge the chasm between the wild and humanity, to educate those blissfully unaware of the toll exacted by greed. You draw strength from the ferocity of the bear at your side, embodying the courage it takes to stand against the tide. The weight of your task betrays the urgency of your purpose. Every moment spent in silence is a moment the innocent cannot afford. With each breath, you summon the strength of the forest, letting its wisdom flow through you, inspiring you to rise for what is right. A storm of emotions swirls within, the desperation, the heartbreak, but also the unwavering belief that together, change can blossom from the roots of suffering. You understand now that the fight isn't over, but a journey has begun. A journey neither you nor the bear will undertake alone. Turning back to the bear, you catch its eye, a silent agreement shared. An entire ecosystem is at stake, and with it, the delicate balance that sustains life not only in this forest, but across every corner of the earth. Together, you step deeper into the woods, the path unfolding before you like a promise. You can feel the pulse of life all around, the whispers of wind through leaves, the soft tread of paws, the echo of distant howls reminding you that this land is alive, beckoning for its story to be shared. As you roam the forest, gathering evidence of the abuse and heartache inflicted upon its residents, you feel a profound connection growing between you and the bear. You are bound by purpose. The act of witnessing and voicing the pain of others must ignite a fire in the hearts of those who have the power to combat this darkness. This struggle is no longer just a personal endeavor. It has transformed into a collective call to arms, resounding through the branches and reaching far beyond this hidden world. Your fingers cling to your notebook, a vessel for the stories echoing beneath the surface. You immerse yourself in documenting the stories you uncover, each page becoming a lifeline, a testimony to life persisting against the currents of cruelty. An inspiring narrative emerges from the sorrow, stories of resilience, survival, defiance. Days turn into weeks as you work tirelessly. You align your mission to educate others about the bleak reality faced by animals victimized by the cruel realities of poaching and trafficking. You traverse communities, take to social media, and morph your written words into evocative speeches, sharing snippets of those harrowing stories. You engage local organizations, rallying them to this burgeoning cause, ensuring that those who remain silent are heard. Each raised voice adds amplification to the anthem of justice you champion, a chorus of change swelling against the injustices that shroud the wild. You find solace in collective hope and newfound partnerships with advocates, all championing the sacred balance between humanity and nature. Slowly, the ripples of your mission extend outward, drawing attention to this hidden world where the beauty of wildness meets the rugged face of survival. Awareness flourishes and pockets of compassion blossom, fueling movements that demand accountability and action. In this flourishing momentum, you feel the energy of the forest surging around you. Each liberated creature serves as a beacon, illuminating paths toward understanding and compassion. The bear emerges not as just a protector, but as the spirit of the wilderness, a symbol of the resilience fighting through adversity, yet still tethered to its origins. As you reflect on this journey, you acknowledge the immeasurable strength found within every creature, within the very fabric of this sacred wilderness. People begin to gather, drawn by the stories of hope you share, by the lessons the wild offers. The open mouths of captive cages can become gateways to fulfillment, shaping a movement dedicated to healing the wounds of exploitation and ignorance. Your heart swells with pride as you watch the community respond, their faces brightened by newfound empathy, their hearts pulling them toward action. The bear stands beside you still, a fierce guardian of this truth. But now, it's no longer just the two of you against a looming darkness. The forest roars with an anthem of solidarity that reverberates through every tree, echoing unyieldingly right into the hearts of those who hear the call. As the moon casts its silvery glow overhead, you realize this journey is never truly complete. It will evolve like the very forest around you, filled with new stories and adventures, blossoming with the myriad lives intertwined within it. The fight continues, the shadows recede, but one thing remains clear. Your heart, your voice, and the spirit of the bear will forge ahead, lighting the way for all who dwell in this shared wild. And so, the adventure awaits. A path forged from compassion and resilience, a bridge between worlds anchored in the promise of protection, a testament to the unwavering spirit of the wild. You are but a part of this unfolding narrative, yet together, with the echoes of countless creatures behind you, you will continue to shape the tale that speaks for those who can't. Beyond the forest, the world awaits, a fertile canvas to cultivate awareness, to nurture change. What will form in the wake of this journey is a legacy tied to every creature, rooted in the forest's plea for justice, urging humanity to grow alongside its wild neighbors. Together, nature reveals that even the smallest acts of courage can lead to monumental transformations, forever echoing in a chorus of liberation. As you stand at the edge of the forest, people gather before you, charged with the energy of hope ignited by the stories you've shared. The moonlight filters through the trees, illustrating the connections formed between humanity and the wild. Together, the bear by your side becomes a powerful symbol of the resilience of nature and the urgency of protecting it. Look around, you call out, voice strong against the rustling leaves. This isn't just about the bear or the animals that have suffered. It's about us, our responsibility to transform the tide, to reshape our future together. You embrace the faces in the crowd, feeling their hearts pulse with newfound determination, ready to take action. The stories of tortured animals, once mere statistics, begin to resonate deeply. With every shared experience, a bond is forged. The atmosphere hums with shared commitment as the truth of the wild dances around you, urging people to confront their past indifference. You speak of how the echoes of wildlife in despair can transform into shouts of triumph, stressing that liberation reignites the pursuit of justice. Families rally, children listen with wide eyes, and you see sparks of understanding ignite. As everyday citizens begin to see themselves as guardians instead of passive observers, you witness the birth of a movement, a chorus that can turn the tide against cruelty taught by blind ambition. You share tales of the brave bear, not just as a protector, but as a representative of the spirit of the wilderness, and how it stands free while embodying the fight against injustice. In every corner of the gathering, light bulbs flicker on as people realize the shift has begun. The night blooms with purpose, drawing stories from the crowd, lives intertwined in nature's embrace. Memories of childhood adventures in the woods, of moments filled with pure joy when humanity brushed up against the wild. Each story adds to the collective vision of change. You encourage them to find their voice, to tell the tales that cry out for recognition. As the sun rises, you create collaborative discussions, brainstorming ways to protect wildlife and their habitats. Restorative projects emerge, education initiatives for school children become a priority, and plans for conservation efforts begin to take shape. The bear remains a steadfast companion, reminding everyone of the shared responsibility harbored within the realm of life. Your heart swells with pride as you see local artists offering to contribute by creating murals that celebrate wildlife, transforming urban spaces into messengers of nature's vitality. Businesses rally behind the cause, pledging support against illegal wildlife products, showing a united front in the face of adversity. Hope spreads beyond the gathering, fueled by the momentum of shared purpose. You delve deeper into the narratives, collecting stories of suffering and survival, crafting campaigns to educate the larger community about the abhorrent reality of poaching. With each passing day, the movement gains traction. Expression flows through town halls, drawing in the energy of activists and educators. In classrooms, children thrive as they learn about the unparalleled beauty of the wild, filling hearts with compassion and inspiring them to become future advocates. Through rain, sunshine, and change, you watch as this wave of awareness swells into something tangible. It no longer becomes just your mission. It's now an interconnected web of lives committed to justice. Together, you develop a strategy of outreach to engage with local governments, creating legislation that prioritizes wildlife protection and conservation. The sun hangs high in the sky as you return to the forest. The same land that cradled your dreams, now enveloping the hopes of so many. Flanked by the bear, you recognize the journey forward is laden with challenges, but strength thrives in unity. This journey blooms into an ongoing legacy, tying every creature to the heart of a community intertwined with nature's fight for survival. The call to action resonates, flying over valleys and echoing off cliffs. You embrace the interconnectedness and realize true harmony lies in nurturing the wild and human experience alike. As people come together, your vision takes root, branching into new horizons, capturing the essence of preservation. Stories become seeds of change, sprouting with potential. Awareness flourishes in the lives of each individual touched by nature's cries. The wild flourishes as a shared heritage, a testament to the strength born from empathy and action. With determination etched into the hearts of all present, you forge ahead, your dual role as advocate and storyteller firmly established. The bear beside you, its wild spirit flowing with vibrant life, inspires you to lead forward with courage. The symphony of recovery reverberates throughout the forest, a living reminder that even one voice can summon a powerful revolution, forever echoing with the truth of liberation for all who dwell in the wild. What began as a struggle now transforms into a movement, intertwined with your own heartbeat. While the path may be long, the commitment spurs you on, driven by the fierce resolve that each act of courage matters and that the call of the wild remains an eternal promise to uphold. And with the bear, the unwavering spirit of the wilderness, you are propelled forward into a destiny painted with the hopes of many, fostered by compassion and reinforced by unity. In every step onward, the adventure continues, beckoning all to join in the mission that forever echoes. To protect, to restore, to heal, embracing the wild spirit that belongs to each and every one of us. As the dawn of a new day breaks over the horizon, you find yourself standing at a crossroads, the forest alive and buzzing around you. You can still feel the warmth of the community gathering. People united, hearts intertwined, all brought together by a common cause to protect the wild. The bear stands beside you, an unwavering sentinel, embodying the courage yours has helped to awaken. Today feels different. A shift in the air speaks of possibilities waiting to unfold. Armed with passion and newly forged connections, you prepare to embark on the next phase of this journey, broadening your reach, transforming awareness into action, and strengthening bonds that have already begun to weave through the fabric of your community. Your first task is to gather the stories, the deeply personal experiences that sparked this collective passion. You invite everyone you've come to know, families, children, educators, and local business owners, to share how the wild has peppered their lives with courage and beauty. Encouraging them to speak gives rise to a chorus of voices, each revealing the profound connections they have with nature. You listen intently. There's Tim, a local fisherman recounting his childhood days spent on the river, memories entwined with the sounds of birds winging above and the earthy smells of the forest floor. There's Maria, a teacher energized by her students' curiosity about the world around them, wanting to create nature-based education programs at schools, planting seeds of respect for the wilderness that flourishes beyond the classroom. With each story, you begin drafting an anthology, a sacred collection of hearts bound by their commitment to nature. Illustrated by community artists, the book will not only serve to inspire, but also spotlight the inherent beauty of the wild and the urgent need to protect it. You can already envision the ripple effects it will create, a living testament gifted to the world, urging others to take action. The more stories you gather, the more clarity you gain on how to galvanize support. Inspired by the sense of shared purpose, you decide to host a grassroots event, a celebration to culminate in a large processional through the forest, where the community can physically demonstrate their commitment to conservation. The bear becomes the unofficial mascot of the day, a reminder of the wild spirit each participant carries within. You schedule this event for the spring, an intentional choice, as nature itself begins to stir from its wintry slumber, blossoming forth with resilient life. You utilize every resource available, social media, local businesses, schools, and cultural groups as you advertise this gathering, creating a sense of urgency and connection. In the months leading up to the celebration, the energy in the community metaphorically breathes. Each person becomes an ambassador of the wild. Young children craft art, depicting their favorite local animals, while adults organize cleanup days, tending to the wild spaces that mean so much to them. Through it all, the bear remains steadfast, a reminder of nature's tenacity as it spurs you onward, fueled with continued purpose. You write articles in local newspapers, appealing to readers with the beauty of the wilderness, the stories of those who remind you why this fight matters. You highlight local success stories, animals rescued, habitats restored, with an inviting tone that encourages involvement rather than despair. As spring arrives, the day of the procession comes alive. The forest wraps you in a welcoming embrace, blooming with vibrant colors and the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers. A tangible sense of camaraderie fills the air as people gather, adorned with handmade signs proclaiming slogans like "Protect our home" and "Wild Hearts Unite." You stand at the front, feelings of anxiety and excitement thrumming through you. Is your vision truly resonating? Is the community ready to engage with nature in this spirited way? As everyone begins the march, their enthusiasm silences your doubts. The sound of footsteps resonating through the forest stirs an awakening. It feels as if nature itself is echoing back the commitment you all share. You hold the bear's gaze, grounding yourself in its presence. Each step along the path becomes a declaration of freedom, not just for yourselves, but for every creature that inhabits these wild spaces. When you reach the clearing, the open space transforms into a vibrant tapestry of life. Families gather to share their experiences, educators lead nature walks to foster curiosity, and young people engage in activities designed to ignite imagination and admiration for the wilderness. That day, you notice small seeds of change bloom where once there had only been scattered, disconnected thoughts. Children roam with wild abandon, energized by the thrill of nature. People connect over their love for wildlife, laughter weaving through conversations about ways to make their commitment a lasting one. As sunset approaches, you gather everyone for a closing circle. With the golden hues of twilight framing the scene, you invite everyone to share what they wish to carry forward. Hopes, dreams, actions, and commitments to protect the land they love. Hearts open, and the assembly transforms into a powerful ocean of voices, a chorus rippling through the twilight sky. You can feel the pulse of the forest resonating within each declaration, a spirit shared between humanity and nature, a pact formed and renewed in that very moment. You remind them that this is just the beginning, a chapter in an ongoing story. The fight for the wild will require patience and vigilance, but together you've planted deeper roots into the soil of change. As the final rays of daylight dissolve beneath the horizon, the reflection of overcoming darkness glimmers in the eyes of your community. They are not just guardians of the wild, they are champions, protectors of a legacy blossoming through unity. Hand in hand, you step back into the heart of the forest. The bear, still at your side, serves as a reminder that the spirit of wilderness and the heartbeat of humanity are now irrevocably bound together, where one voice can summon countless others. The journey ahead is filled with challenges, not without shadows, but with unity, compassion, and hope. You can illuminate the way forward. And in your heart, you know this story is alive, rich with renewal, waiting to be told anew as you and your community continue to rise for the wild, sharing its wonders and whispers, lifting their voices as one, echoing fiercely through time. In the days that follow the peaceful gathering under the fading light, the sense of camaraderie hangs like the sweet scent of pine in the air. You and the bear venture into the forest, now anointed with purpose, feeling the thrum of life around you. A new chapter awaits, instilled with hope and collective dreams echoed by the community you've come to know so intimately. Your first task is to ensure that the momentum of this momentum remains alive, transforming excitement into enduring action. People are still buzzing from the festival, but the real challenge lies in maintaining that energy and turning it into sustainable change. You brainstorm ways to keep the fire of passion burning bright, each idea blossoming from the commitment shown that day. With the town's support, you start to organize regular community meetings, spaces where people can come together to brainstorm, share updates on wildlife, and cultivate deeper connections with the land. The bear's presence draws everyone in, inspiring conversations that weave together the various aspects of preservation, education, and action. You create subcommittees focusing on specific areas like habitat restoration, wildlife education, and advocacy, allowing people to channel their skills and talents into focused efforts. As you walk through the trails of the forest, once a place of quiet solitude, you can now hear the sounds of laughter, children's voices weaving through the trees, and people working side by side in harmony with nature. It's a beautiful transformation, one that stirs an unmistakable joy in your heart, affirming the potential of true collaboration. Families take part in cleanup days, collecting forgotten debris that has lingered too long, while others plant native trees and flowers as a symbol of hope, each rooted deeply in the soil. But not all days are filled with light. Challenges come knocking, as they often do. As the community rallies together, you hear whispers of nearby poachers returning to the area, emboldened by the notion that they might stand unchallenged. Fear creeps into conversations, cautioning the group to stay vigilant, a stark reminder of the pain that still hangs heavy over the land. One evening, after a day filled with excitement and activity, you gather with a few trusted friends by the edge of the forest. Their faces reflect concern, brimming with questions about how to combat this new threat. Anxiety fills the air. You feel the weight of their worries. It amplifies your own. You know you can't let this fear fester and loom like a shadow over the movement forged with such dedication. With an unwavering resolve, you stand before them and say, "We must remember the heart of our mission. We are not simply protectors of wildlife. We are ambassadors of this forest, its history and its future. If we hold ourselves in doubt, we allow darkness to edge into our lives. We can empower ourselves through knowledge, unite as a community, and stand firm against threats." Together, you and your companions hatch a plan, one built on awareness, outreach, and community empowerment. You decide to lead educational workshops, sharing information about local wildlife, the impact of poaching, and ways people can get involved. Additionally, you'll coordinate with local authorities, ensuring they're aware of the concerns and that they take the issue seriously. As weeks turn into months, the memory of the festival and its powerful glow become vital motivators. You are surprised by the outpouring of support. The community comes together to commit hours to training sessions, educating each other about wildlife identification, safety measures, and surveillance techniques. The once quiet whispers of the forest become filled with determined voices, ready to push back against the threats looming overhead. The bear often leads these excursions, drawing the curious and passionate into the folds of wildlife. Children learn to track animal prints, to recognize bird calls, and understand behavioral traits. Their laughter resonates through the trees, mingling with the calls of the wild, reinforcing the community's deepening connection to nature. Yet amid the flurry of action, you find moments of quiet reflection, paths carved into your heart, reminding you of the wild's raw beauty and fragility. You climb hills to feel the wind on your face, centering yourself in the grand tapestry of life. You think of the future you envision, one where the forest thrives within unity, where respect for all beings supersedes careless exploitation. One evening, as the sun dips behind the wooded hills, you hold a special gathering, a night dedicated to honoring the creatures who dwell within these lands. Families gather around crackling fires, their faces illuminated against the backdrop of twinkling stars. They share stories of the bear or the owl who guided them home, tales that resonated deeply within the rich tapestry of your community. You remind everyone, between the sound of crackling embers, that this undertaking is far more than action against poaching. It's a reclamation of the story that surrounds all, of heart and spirit, of connection with wildlife that nurtures a shared legacy. As you speak, the weight of your words hangs in the air like dew on grass, binding everyone together in purpose. In that moment of pride and vulnerability, you lean into the collective spirit woven among you. The stories shared spark flames of hope and motivation. Laughter rings out, echoing through the trees, joy igniting a renewed commitment to rise against darkness and embrace preservation. As the night unfolds, you hold the certainty that every pulse, every heart beating beneath the shimmering stars plays a role. It becomes a powerful declaration that every creature within the wild, including your community, has a right to flourish freely and safely. The path ahead remains riddled with challenges, but hope glimmers alongside each step, ready to shine even brighter. You breathe deeply beneath the moonlit sky, knowing that the future is not carved in stone, but molded by the hands and hearts willing to embrace change. The forest pulses with life, alive with voices singing the anthem of freedom, resilience, and unity that humanity and the wild share. And as you walk on, side by side with the bear, you carry a fierce determination that together, within the interwoven fabric of this journey, you will illuminate the darkness, ensuring that the song of the wild will resound through generations to come. As the seasons slowly turn, the echo of that special gathering lingers like a warm breeze through the towering trees. The community has taken root, intertwining the effort to protect the wild with the everyday lives of families, sparking a gradual transformation in how people engage with the land. You can see it in the faces of the children as they race through the forest paths. Their laughter rings like bells in the crisp air, both a testament to their unyielding spirit and a reminder of innocence nurtured within nature's embrace. Yet as summer's warmth stretches into the sweltering sun, hidden challenges lie ahead. With the sanctuary you've built around the community and its mission, whispers of poaching still drift through the tall grasses like a shadow threatening to spill over. You organize a silent patrol system, a network of volunteers, each equipped with knowledge gained from your workshops about identifying signs of trouble. Together, you commit to being the watchful eyes of the forest, demonstrating that no one person needs to stand alone in the face of adversity. Each evening, as the sun melts beneath the horizon, you gather your patrols by the cool bank of the river. You remind them of why they chose to stand guard. Stories of the bear that guided them home, the family of deer that wandered through the clearing, the wisdom of the old-timers who have walked these paths before. You share tales of connection, of how this land has a soul that deserves protection and respect. As volunteers stretch their limbs and grip the ropes of their flashlights in preparation, you sense the undercurrents of anticipation and fear. You can't help but wonder, with every breath they take, if they carry the weight of what they might encounter tonight. It is the twilight of uncertainty, a lingering silence resting between the heartbeat of the forest and your collective resolve, uniting all for a greater purpose. You decide to take the lead on tonight's patrol, your bond with the bear, reminding you that challenges can be met with courage. The three of you, human, bear, and the resolve of devoted guardians, begin your trek into the living woods, each step rhythmic against the silent earth, attuning your senses to the natural world around you. Night envelops you like a soft blanket, creating a world painted in charcoal and soft moonlight. The shadows dance among the trees, but fear does not coalesce. Instead, it transforms into a keen awareness. The creaks and whispers of nocturnal life elevate your focus. Every rustle becomes an invitation. Every call sings of the wild's allure. You move among the underbrush, following trails marked by previous footsteps. Your heart flutters in sync with the universe. Suddenly, the bear pauses, nostrils flaring, tuned to the slightest sense. You feel a knot grow tight in your gut. Intuition is pulling you in the direction of caution. You hold your breath, watchful. "What is it, my friend?" You whisper to the bear, feeling an unspoken understanding deepen between you. As if knowing the language of the forest itself, the bear's instincts drive you forward, keenly aware of something amiss. Moments pass like hours as you approach a clearing. Suddenly, the silhouettes of figures become visible, huddled together, their whispers harsh and urgent. Your heart races as you strain to make sense of what you see. Poachers crouched low, setting up traps and snares, ensnaring whatever hapless animals might wander into their path. You draw a sharp breath, the injustice pinching at your chest. Rage bubbles beneath the surface, but instead of charging out, you remind yourself of the commitment to preservation. Every encounter demands thoughtfulness, a response rooted in steadfast resolve, not impulsive chaos. You retreat slowly, heart pounding, planning to relay this vital information. Every step is deliberate as you look back, ensuring you haven't been detected. The bear walks beside you, steadfast as ever, mirroring your resolve. Once you reach a safe distance, you pull out your phone, the faint light excellent for sharing with your fellow patrol members. You send a message that ripples through the group as you describe the figures, their locations, and the traps beginning to nestle in the ground. Questions and confirmations bounce back, action unfolding like a delicate dance. Stay alert. Your voice envelops their senses like a guiding light. "We are on our way. Let's meet at the heart of the woods, right where the paths connect. We'll confront them together." You can feel the resolve settle, anchoring down within your comrades as adrenaline pushes you forward. It's not just your call, it's a rallying cry. Back at the meeting point, an assembly of grounded spirits forms amongst the trees, the thin air crackling with anticipation. You can feel their energy, their fear intermixed with courage that resonates like a heartbeat, pulsing through this land you all call home. You relay what you saw, and the conversations begin to swirl, strategizing on how best to confront the poachers with both safety and strength. You remind everyone of the non-violent approach you seek. Your goal is to report these actions to authorities, shining light on the darkness without further escalating tensions. As you share the details, a deep sense of unity rings clear. You can feel the impact of shared stories weaving threads of strength and understanding among you. You are not alone. Each member stands steadfast with a commitment to protect the wild, joining hands for a chorus of peace. With your heart set, you opt to split into small groups, each huddling together with elation and quiet intensity, ensuring that every path is watched and that the poachers are met with a united front. The silence of the forest becomes a powerful ally as you move in stealth, feeling the pulse of life envelop you. Every snap of a twig beneath your feet carries purpose, of standing firm against injustices that threaten the sanctity of the wild. After what feels like hours of searching under moonlight, your collective efforts culminate as you reach the clearing once more. You position yourselves strategically, hearts aligned, ready for the confrontation. The weight of the world rests on your shoulders, yet you are ready to rise, to be the voice that speaks for all creatures that dwell under nature's arms. You steal one last glance at the bear, its presence grounding you. Together, you take a step forward, into the light, the heart, the wild. The moment of reckoning is upon you, and as the moon casts its watchful gaze, you hold tight to the belief that even in the darkest moments, hope can blaze forth like a beacon, guiding you to a better tomorrow for all who call the wild their home. In the heart of the forest, tension hangs thick in the air like fog. Shadows intertwine with the whispers of leaves rustling gently in the night breeze. You and your group stand vigil, hidden yet empowered, hearts pounding with anticipation. You can feel the strength of your shared purpose coursing through the collective, igniting a spark that propels you all forward as guardians of the wild. With the bear by your side, its powerful form steadying you against the uncertainty, you glance at your companions. Determination radiates from their faces, each person locked in a shared vow to protect the fragile beauty surrounding them. A signal is exchanged, one of courage and unity, to push into the clearing together. As you step from the shadows into the faint light, your heart thrums loudly, a war drum echoing the rhythm of nature behind you. The poachers, still unaware of your gathering strength, continue their grim work, encroaching on the wild. The scene before you ignites a fire in your belly. Their lack of respect for life stirs emotions in you that ache to be voiced. You take a breath, inhaling the earthy scent of the forest, grounding yourself in the moment. It's time to act, not in anger, but with a sense of duty. Remember, you whisper to your group, we stand for those who cannot speak for themselves. Let's approach with calm and purpose. With your determination steeled, you step further into the light that bathes the clearing, allowing your silhouette to emerge beneath the watchful moon. The bear moves beside you, a hulking presence of strength serving as an anchor. The poachers turn, surprised by the sudden appearance of this unexpected assembly. Stop! You need to leave this place. Your voice booms out, clear and resolute, slicing through the tension with unexpected authority. It carries with it the weight of every voice of the forest, resonating with the echoes of those who have fought tirelessly for the land. The poachers look startled, confusion flickering across their faces. What's this? One of them sneers, eyeing the motley group assembled before them. A pack of tree huggers comes to stop us. You think you can scare us off? We're not trying to scare you, you reply firmly, your heart racing but standing your ground. We're here to protect this land and its creatures. This forest means something, and we won't let you continue to destroy it. As tensions ripple like a shockwave through the air, your confidence seems to kindle a fire within your group, rallying them closer together. One by one, they begin to step forward, voices rising in unison with yours, crafting a tapestry of solidarity that weaves through the night. Leave our home, shouts a volunteer, their voice fierce as fury flares behind it. More join in, declaring their own words of steadfast protection. The harmony of your collective stands in stark contrast to the selfish intent of the poachers. The leader of the poachers narrows his eyes, clearly agitated by the unexpected uprising. You think you can do anything about it? There's nothing you can do. He gestures dismissively, a move dampened by the weight of the united front before him. In that moment, the bear, sensing the shift, lets out a deep growl, a sound not of anger but of authority, anchoring the earth beneath you. The poachers visibly flinch and their bravado begins to wane, uncertainty creeping into their expressions. Speak for the land, you whisper to the bear, your heart synchronized with its wild spirit. And then, with newfound resolve, you raise your voice once more. We are the heart of this forest. Together, we will not let you harm it. The poachers hesitate, glancing at one another, realizing the strength they're facing isn't just a handful of people. It's a community united, standing steadfast against destruction. The reflections of moonlight on their faces glow with uncertainty, and the bravado begins to crumble beneath the weight of collective voices rising to protect what they hold dear. You seize the moment, fueled by the urgency of the wild spirit coursing through you. We've documented everything you've done here. We'll report this to the authorities, and we'll make sure the world knows what you are doing. Each word serves to fortify your collective commitment to fighting back against the tide of injustice. Every word an anchor in the tempest. The poachers' resolve falters, glancing between each other as the reality of their situation dawns on them. The strength of your coalition, emboldened by the bear, stands resolutely unyielding, a representation of the power of unity rooted in shared love for the land. Finally, seeing the tide turning, the leader of the poachers raises his hands in mock surrender, laughter devoid of heart filtering through the air. "You think you're heroes?" he snorts, backing away. "You can't protect the forest, you can't even protect yourselves." But he underestimates the bond woven between the people and the wild, the tenacity that cannot be easily shaken. As if on cue, the bear steps forward, a silent yet potent guardian of strength. "Leave and don't return," you say firmly, every syllable steeped in determination. "We don't fear you. We will speak for the wild, for every creature that calls this land home, and we will do so tirelessly." The poachers, sensing the temperature shift, feeling the indomitable spirit that fills the clearing, slowly begin to retreat. Their bravado wanes with each step they take back into the shadows, leaving behind the remnants of their traps. The human greed tempting them now lost to the hands of the fervent community, ready to stand watch. As their figures fade into the darkness, a palpable wave of relief ripples through your group. But the tension does not wholly disperse. Together you breathe deeply, allowing the safety of quietude to envelop you. Each heart beats steadily, a reminder of the unity forged in that moment of confrontation, each pulse whispering stories of resilience. "Thank you," you turn to the group, pride swelling as you regard the faces illuminated by starlight. "Together, we have sent a message that can't be ignored. The fight doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. We've taken our stand for the wilderness, and we'll always be its voice." As your group shares expressions of gratitude and resolve, you find solace in the gentle rustle of leaves, the bear's silent, watchful gaze reassuring you. The shadows may linger, but your bravery shines bright. You have felt the forest unite, its spirits awaken to the power of community. From this juncture in your journey, it's clear that the wild is not just something to be protected. It's a living story, woven into the heart of everyone present. Step by step, together, you will write this legacy, a testament to the enduring bond between humanity and nature, a bond that will rise against any darkness that dares to threaten the wild.